Fresh Squeeze Noise Eurorack Patch 22. Usual setup. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the Tempi out and go into the clock in on the Lifeform micro sequence. I'm going to take the pitch out and I'm going to run that to the 1 volt per octave on Braids. And then I'm going to take the output of that and go straight to the mixer. Then I'm going to hit run. Then I'm going to adjust the tempo. Then I'm going to take another one of these Tempi outs and go into the trigger in on maths. And then I'm going to take the output of the one of that and go into the timbre. Next, I'm going to take the unity output and go into the color input. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of the circadian rhythm outputs and go into the X clock of Rene. Then I'm going to take the QVC out or QCV out of that and go into the 1 volt per octave on the STO. And then I'm going to take the sub out and I'm going to go into the ErrorBox. Then I'm going to take the ErrorBox out and go into the mixer. Then I'm going to turn on the loop and then go to 64 mode and add some steps. It's pretty simple. I feel like actually what I can do is I could take this output from Circadian Rhythm that feeds the X clock of this Rene and go straight from Tempi and then divide it down. Now I'm going to mess with the ErrorBox a little. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the first Circadian Rhythm out and go into the closed hi-hat trigger for the Mutant hi-hats. I'm going to take that output and go straight into the mixer, and then we're going to give this a few steps. Then I'm going to take the second channel of Circadian Rhythms and go into the open hi-hat, and then I'm going to switch to that channel and add some steps for that. Then I'm going to take the second channel out of Circadian Rhythms, go into the open hi-hat trigger, and then I'm going to take the output of that and go to the mixer. Then I'll add some steps. Next, I'm going to take channel 3 from Circadian Rhythm and go into the clock in on the sequence 8. Then I'm going to take the CV out from that and go into the CV in on the DSM. And then I'm going to take the output of that and go into the mixer. Then I'll switch to that and add some steps. Now I'll mess with those settings. Then I'm also going to play with the LFO on the DSM. Another thing that I might actually do is I'm going to take the output from the DSM and actually run that into the QVCA from Doepfer. And then I'm going to take the output from the sum output from that and run that to the mixer. And this will allow me to play with the CV a little. So I'm actually going to take the channel 4 out from here from Circadian Rhythm and run that to trigger in on the other trigger in on maths. Then I'm going to take the 4 output and run that to the QVCA CV in. And I'll switch to that channel and add a couple steps as well. Next, I'm going to take the 5 out of Circadian Rhythms and go into the trigger 1 of peaks. I'm going to switch to the drum, and then I'm going to use this as my sort of sub kick. So let's bring that in, switch to that channel, add some steps, but I'm going to kind of keep this scarce. Just to make it weirder, let's go back to the DSM chain. So from the DSM, I'm going out to the QVCA, which is being kind of attenuated by maths, and then it goes straight to the mixer. But what I think I'm actually going to do is I'm going to take this and go into clouds, and then I'm going to take the clouds output, and then I'm going to go into the mixer from there. Next, I'm going to take the 6 out of Circadian Rhythms and go into the trigger in of the Mutant Snare. And I'm going to take the output of that and go into the reverb from Audio Damage. And then I'm going to take the out from that and go to the mixer. And then I will switch to that channel and add just a few steps. And actually what I'm going to do, instead of going straight from the snare to the reverb and then out to the mixer, I'm going to go from the snare to the reverb and then the reverb to dub junior and then dub junior out to the mixer. So it's reverb, then delay, then the mixer. Thank you so much for watching. Again, if you have any questions, comments, thoughts, or ideas, please share them below. If you like what you saw and want to see more, please subscribe. And until next time.